Hey guys, this is Mike, and today I got an AK-47 weapon review, or weapon guide, whatever you want to really call it. I'm just going to be talking about the gun statistics, going in depth about it, giving some suggestions for your class setups. I have some really good ones, so be sure to check them out. And just some overall tips with the gun to help you get better and more acclimated to the difference from this gun compared to other guns. So let's go ahead and get started. The AK-47 is unlocked at level 68, so you got to put in quite a bit of work in order to reach that goal, but trust me, it is very much well worth it. Now, you have 30 rounds per magazine, which is nothing really crazy. It's about the same thing as every other assault rifle, so you're pretty much at a standard here. Now, the biggest reason you want to use the AK-47 is the high damage. It has the highest damage of all automatic assault rifles, apart from the CM901, which does carry the same damage. So the only guns that really compete against this in the assault rifle class are the Type 95 and the MK14, but those aren't automatic, so that's not in the same category technically. So this has the highest damage you're going to find in an automatic assault rifle. Now this gun has a 2.50 second reload and a 3.25 second reload when it's unloaded. So what that means is that if you're reloading in the middle of the clip, you're going to have a 2.5 second reload. But if you're out of ammo and you need to reload, you're going to have a 3.25 second reload, which is a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too bad. You know, it's pretty much standard for all assault rifles. Now you got a 0.30 second aim speed. This is very standard. Almost every assault rifle has the same thing. Nothing crazy here. The AK has a slow rate of fire, but it doesn't really matter too much with the AK-47, and that's because of the high damage rating you get with this gun. And the same goes with the high recoil, and while it is pretty high, it's pretty manageable too. You're not going to have too much of a problem being all over the place when you shoot somebody. As long as you stay on target, you're going to get most of your shots on him. So these two stats you could pretty much negate even because of the high damage you get with this gun. Now let's go ahead and move on to the general tips and tricks and class suggestions. I'm not going to be too in-depth about the class suggestions because I just want to leave you guys on your own opinions of the gun. But this is one specific class that has worked really well for me, and I also just want to give you some general tips about the gun that have helped me do better with this gun. So let's go ahead and get started with that. The AK is really similar to the G36, honestly. There's quite a few differences, but it acts the same way in my opinion. I could use the same playstyle as the G36 and still do good with the AK-47 using that playstyle, so it really can carry over if you know how to use the G36. What I've been using with the AK is the silencer, and I also put on extended mag, but I usually just put on kick just to get that extra ability to aim accurately. Now I used a Scorpion Akimbo, which is really good to use. It's got a lot of range. But I've been using the Semtex and Scrambler. Scrambler is very underused, and I think it really fits this class setup. And I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro, Hardline Pro, and Steady Aim Pro. Sleight of Hand, it's pretty standard. You're just going to be able to reload faster and switch weapons faster. That's very useful when you run out of ammo with the AK. And Hardline is going to help you get to those kill streaks quicker, which is very important in any game mode, really. And Steady Aim Pro is very useful with the AK-47 and the Scorpion, especially the Scorpion Akimbo, because all you're doing with the Scorpions is shooting from the hip. So both of those guns work really well with Steady Aim Pro, and with Steady Aim Pro you also get to aim quick from sprinting with the Pro version of it. Now for the kill streaks, I'm using UAV, Predator, and Precision Airstrike. I like to support my team, so I put on UAV. And I use a Predator streak, which I unlock at level, or the 4th kill streak. So that's really useful. And the Precision Airstrike, if you learn how to use it, it's very useful and definitely worth checking out. And then for the death streak, I'm using Juice just because I hate all the other death streaks. Now what this gun has different from the G36 is the ability to shoot up close. Especially with Steady Aim Pro. When you have Steady Aim Pro, you're a CQC monster. This gun is very effective in close range to medium range, and in some cases long range. It's pretty manageable recoil, honestly, especially with kick. So what I suggest is really just play at your own pace. You know, if you like to be up close and personal, then either pull out your Scorpion Akimbo or your AK-47. Either way, you're gonna do pretty good with steady aim. and especially with the Steady Aim Pro variant, that's really, really useful. Now the AK is probably the best suited for medium range engagements, just to ensure that you're going to survive longer, because CQC or close quarters combat can kind of depend on luck at times, and the AK-47 is not designed for close quarters combat as well as SMGs, for example. So you're going to have different competitors at different ranges. So I suggest you stick to the assault rifle range at medium range, and you'll have a much better chance of getting those kills, especially with the high damage rating. You're going against guys with ACRs, which may have more accuracy, but if you can get your shots on them, you're going to have no problem dropping enemies like flies. This gun is very, very effective at that range. Alright, that's it for this weapon guide, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give a like, or if you really enjoyed it, then be sure to subscribe. I really, really enjoy feedback of any kind, so leave a comment if you like. But I have a question for you guys, and that is, what is your favorite assault rifle? Just leave a comment saying what your favorite assault rifle is and let me know. And if you want to see another weapon reviewed, let me know, and I will be sure to take it into consideration, and I might even have it on my next weapon guide. So that is it, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.